Hey everybody, welcome back to Marvel Contest of Champions News Weekend. That's right, the weekend edition that looks at a lot of different things in the community, thoughts and opinions, videos, and laughable things like memes. Lots of things to go over today, so let's get into the stories. And for those that are interested, I'm not sitting on my normal wonky weirdy chair. I'm sitting on an exercise ball. So for whatever reason, if I just fall over, it will be entertaining for the video. First thing is I want to bring this video to your attention, and it is a video that is on Legacy's channel. So if you're not familiar with Legacy, great Marvel Contest of Champions YouTuber and also player and also our champion. So go to the link in the description to check it out. But what is so significant about this is actually, I think, potentially the last video or the last kind of big spend of Pep. So if you're not familiar with Pep 1000, Pep's been in the community for a long time and has helped out so many Marvel Contest of Champions YouTubers by going to streams and, you know, very kindly super chatting. Also doing like amazing stuff by sending them video footage so they can post it on their channels. So I just want to kind of give a little bit of light and also give a massive thanks to Pep. I hope that you might go to New York Comic Con. I know you've been very doubtful that it will or won't, but it'd be great to say thank you because, you know, you're gonna pay for certain people to get flights, you're able to get them travel, accommodation. You've done that amazing thing, and other people have helped out as well. But Pep, I know that has like so much help to a lot of people, not just myself, but also Legacy, as we see here, Seaton, Dave, the list goes on, so many people. So whilst you're taking semi-retirement, and I know you're going to a smaller alliance, that is one thing as a good advice for people that extensively either, you know, they enjoy spending on the game. That's fine, you do you at the end of the day, but you need to understand what you want out of life. And Pep's reached that point where it's like, do you know what, I need to focus on me and some time. So hope your semi-retirement goes well, and maybe if you come back full steam, it will be good to see what you're up to. But yeah, keep us in all kind of like informed of what you're up to. It'd be nice to catch up with you, and I know we're going to speak online in the future. But the main thing to really say is check out this video. Lots of amazing pulls, but also some, yes, and the big question is, with all the extensive amount that you spent, did you get Cull Obsidian? I'll let you go and check out the video for that, but let's just say, wasn't particularly happy at the end of it, and I do see indeed why. Sticking with the kind of subject of Cull Obsidian, I'm just going to throw up this particular footage here. So what's so significant about it is the extensive amount of damage that is going to kind of come up shortly. Now, I am still a bit bummed that I wasn't able to pick up a Cull Obsidian of any shape or form, but it's the extent of damage which we really want to see how powerful it is. So far, just standard stuff, building quite nicely, building in that armor break repeatedly, just like putting in, I think it's heavy attacks it looks like. I could be wrong, I can't remember because it's been so long. I mean, I did get the 3-star version, but there you go. Nice damage, nice crit there. Continuing on, pushing through. Enemies up on an L3, but it doesn't matter, this looks like to be Realm of Legends version, so don't expect to be smacked too hard, or if not, hard at all. Here comes the L3. Wow, still nice. Yeah, I am still pretty bummed about not getting this character, but still, look at this. Smacking in very nicely. And hitting that L3, we've got buffs up. It's with suicides, by the way, if anyone's not... Oh, bloody hell. Meaty damage. This is just like absolute demolisher. I really want this guy, but you know, the RNG and luck is not with me. I'm going to have to save it for featured 5 stars or featured 6 stars at a later date, but wow. Impressive. Our next story is following up on a discussion that I put out last week, and you very kindly and very amazingly got back to me about your thoughts on what Kabam could really do to really help the situation, reward the players, compensate the players, make you feel that the game is improving, and what they can do to improve the game for you as an individual moving forward. So, to begin with, Prince John says the only way we can be truly compensated is by getting another Gwenpool Goes to the Movies. Yeah, I do agree that is something that is very much everybody inclusion, and I would even go as far as to say that a Summoner Appreciation event would be nice. We haven't seen one of those for a while, so I do agree something could be done. Like he says, I wonder what Kabam is going to do about crystals now that loot boxes are being taken even more seriously than ever before. And that's a very good point, because that's something that has been a big issue. EA have done some stuff like, and I think in Belgium it's the case they've been banned and the whole system has been banned. So whether or not this will come across to the other side of the pond, I just do not know yet. It would be fun to kind of see that. And now we're on to the fixing stuff. Fix the damn lag. I do agree, Darren. It is something Kabam do need to address quite quickly. And whether or not we'll see that in June, I don't know. Nahart says Iceman not being immune to cold snap is another joke. It is something that I think Kabam may need to look at and just get these immunities tied up. I'm not saying that every immunity has to be addressed, but at least some that make you just go, that was a bit weird. Especially with the recent improvements to like shock immunity. Well, it's not really shock immunity, but dealing with shock damage with Storm, with Thor Ragnarok, Standard Thor, and Jane Foster Thor. So that is good. Hopefully Kabam can do more of that in the future. Conservative makes a point, which is something I've been making a little bit of light of, and that is maybe Kabam Mike's kind of sassiness and the way that some people kind of would refer to it being unprofessional. Now, I don't know if there's stuff going on with him. I don't know if there's been stuff over the last year. At times I kind of go like, look, what's happened with the stuff with Adora? Has that affected him? Did they have a very good working relationship and that vibe has now been like sucked out? I don't know. I really don't know. I can't comment. I can't assume, but it's just one of these things where maybe something's changed, but something could change again and he could be back to more of like what would feel to people as being professional kind of dealing with people. Some people are picking up on the sassy mic, which again we've talked about, but it is annoying and I do make fun of it from times. But I just find it quite weird that those kind of like sentences in response are there, and I know it must be hard. That's the other thing. It must be hard when people do that. I mean, I have to learn as well. When people say negative stuff towards me, you must kind of like not clap back, and like something that I need to learn a little bit more, especially when live streams, when people come and they say like rude things, derogatory things, discriminatory things. You know, I've been called the worst things. I've had members of my family called the worst things. You just have to, unfortunately, try and learn from it, try and not make the same mistakes and move on. But people obviously pointing out the sassy mic thing from last week. And yes, Jay, I didn't start with that. Oh yeah, because that's Monday through to Friday. Max the Rich M2C says change the Kabam staff. It may go higher than we might think than the community ones that we know. I just don't know. I can't really comment on that. Higher drop rates from AJ. I do agree with that. I think just slightly improved drop rates would be better, especially for people playing hard-earned cash, and obviously with that PEP situation that we've recently talked about. Kalaki makes a good point that he feels that he is very much restricted based on not having biohazard champions, and it's an issue that I found because most of my champions that were biohazard immune or really good against it were always locked into content like Alliance Wars and Alliance Quests, which made it really hard, especially because the 4-stars that I had were obviously going to be used. So that restriction is causing a lot of players a lot of stress. And there we go. Instead of adding new champs every month, concentrate on the game. I do agree. That would probably be the best thing. And obviously, ending on the point there from Jim, you got a job, you bum, buy a new chair. Yeah, YouTube's my job and it doesn't pay very well. So what can you do? But in all seriousness, you all have been helping me out kind of sustain this as a full-time job, and it is very extensive. Like I have to work about 80 hours a week in order to be able to kind of make this a thing and also cover all my bills and costs. So for people that super chat, donate, paying members, and also people that watch videos, like the videos, push the algorithm and watch through adverts, you do really help me out. So maybe I'll replace this ball soon with a proper chair. We'll see. Next up, and it's time for our weekly MCOC meme review. Meme review, people. So we've got Alliance during war season versus Alliance during off season. Yes, a lot less aggressive than they normally are. I am defeated by none other than Thanos' knee. It's too strong. It's all about a knee to the face. You know, what's that? Sweep the leg. Sweep the leg. That's what you need to do with Thanos. Sweep the leg. So when your Cavalier Crystal rolls over a 6-star Hyperion to a 3-star Juggernaut. Been there, my friend. Been there. That's so annoying. When you see someone dodge War Machine's SP1, is it possible to learn this power? Yeah, I mean, for me, it's a case of like, Doesn't normally happen. I mean, what is a good option for that? Daredevil with that evade kind of for him, because that's going to be pretty good. But it's not always achievable, peeps. Not always achievable. Okay, this is a good one by Terra. So, I'm lagging. How often? All the time. It's all the time, but it's like, it's got the buffering. Oh, dear. One Master Gamer. So, it's like, summoners take 4-star Avengers to rank 5 for Save the Battle Realm. Kabam. Fixes Save the Battle Realm to make it easier. Summoners. I'm gonna joke to you. I just need that guy, the kind of the guy that does I still love you, man. Just that would be the better one to just go. So this is the last meme to kind of end on, and it's got Tati Westbrook. So if you're not familiar with this story of James Charles, I think it's very kind of like culturally out there. Shout out to Ghost. So fame, power, and a fat bank account will change almost anyone. M2C team, greetings summoners! Today we want to give you an early look into the new feature that we hinted at, the release of Act 6, Chapter 1, Class and Rarity Gates. So we have it, that has been Marvel Contest of Champions News Weekend. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more Marvel Contest of Champions based content, and our discussion point, which is indeed, with the extensive amount of money that you put into the game, should you have more of a guaranteed giving back of that champion? Do you think that that should be still a case of roulette, or do you think that you should be entered into something else, like at a certain point of spending X amount of money or X amount of crystals, you get more of a guaranteed shot? But whatever your thoughts, put them in the comment section below, and we'll read them out in next week's edition of Marvel Contest of Champions News Weekend. Drop into a live stream regularly from 1900 hours GMT midweek, and I shall catch you in the next one. Bye bye for now.